Malagula.
Oh, we got Peter and Linda in the car, or at least is that only one? Oh no, they're both there. Okay, I see them. They
Did
be
I get Coach
driving.
Bob? Did I miss anybody?
I
Okay.
don't know.
Go
I
ahead,
think we
Craig.
I think we got everything. Yeah. Okay, hang on just a second. Had to. All right, good. We're good there. All right. Let's get this baby started. Welcome, 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 everybody. We are so glad to have you with us. It is Sunday. Wow. September 1st, 2024. Noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are, because you are watching us right now. It is time for the Imaginators.
Nice.
And we are really happy to have you with us. What a great day on the AMAs yesterday with the amazing Robert Hollis. And I'm sure we're going to be continuing some things from yesterday today, which Robert had kind of shared with us that we're going to be going over. So make sure you have pen and paper in hand and get ready to, what did I used to say? Listen and learn.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
listen and learn. So there we go. Before we get things started, just a few things. If you want to share with us on the Imaginators, like maybe a win or two or something to that effect, or if you have a question, if you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and type your question in the chat. And by the way, if you are watching us on YouTube, the link to join us in Zoom so you can talk to Robert directly is at the very top of the chat. So go ahead and click in that black bar. It says Zoom link there, and you'll be joining us here in the Zoom chat. If you are watching us on YouTube, you want to stay there, great. Type your question in the chat. And also, we ask that you please like this video by clicking the thumbs up button that's right there. And that's how we do it. And if you haven't joined our YouTube channel, hit that join button that is down below. Now, time to switch over and talk to the people that are here on the Zoom. For those of you watching on Zoom, of course, you can also type your inquiry, question, whatever in the chat. But we also like to interact, and that is the whole point of Imaginators with Robert and Terry Hollis. So, very simple. Where you see my face, put your cursor in the middle of the screen. If you want to put it on my nose, that's fine. There you go. Oh, thank you, Robert. Ooh, thank you. That was an itch I needed to scratch. then, then go ahead and on the very bottom, you'll see a bunch of buttons. One of those is a raise hand button. Click on that. We will call on you and you get to interact with Robert directly. And that's the whole point of doing these Ask Me Anythings, Inner Circles, and of course, Imaginators and whatever else we happen to be coming up with, which we might do in the near future, like Learn from the Experts. Had a great Learn from the Experts on Friday. So, all right. That being the case, let's get this party started. 7,468 subscribers to the channel. Thank you again. Please continue to share with people that have ears that hear. But let's get it started on our Imaginators presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Terry and Robert Hollis.
Thank you, Craig, the hostess with the mostest. I appreciate you so much. And hi, Matthew. And I don't know if I got a chance to say hello to Daniel and Kai and Melody and Karen. Who else did I miss? Huh?
James.
James. Okay. James, nice to see you on here. Awesome. Awesome. Jamie, I think. I don't know. But hello, all of you. I'm really glad to have you on here. And I just thought I'd share this. I know I posted it in the past, but I just wanted to bring it up here again. Imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. Terry's got that on our mirror in the bathroom along with other things. And it's like, yeah, she just keeps adding stuff in there. And of course, we got comments all over the place. And yeah, the one thing I wanted to just share with you guys is, actions speak louder than words. Right? And I think that all of you seen me engage, imagine, shout it from the rooftops, and bam. Right? So I think every one of you, it's sort of nice when even my son Matthew will reach out to me every once in a while and like, damn, it's like, so all I did in 3 weeks is double my income. That's all I did. But what I really, really love about that is, again, to be able to have a group of people that are now going for their 3 and 3, right? So it was a total of 57 people last night. Had another person that come in out of Illinois. I don't know who this person is. I sent them an email. I can't find them on social media. But to think that they actually came into Akashx and they actually came in with no promo. So they might have seen value in Akashx, learning from experts without the 25K, 50K, or 10K. So I just thought that, again, you guys need to understand that your mindset is what you think the value is. And Josh and I had a really strong conversation, and it's like there's a whole group of people, the majority of the people that are in MDC right now will only sell stuff and buy stuff when there's a 50% off. All that tells me is they don't look at MDC and the products and brands that they offer as a valuable thing for other people. So I just wanted to share with you that, I don't know if Peter will be on here, but Peter reached out to me right away. And I'm just, I'm not throwing him under the bus. I'm just saying this. But it's like right away when people say, okay, so we got $10,000 credit now. And he goes, are you going to change the 4-minute video? Well, I created it for the $50,000 campaign promo. And it seemed to work okay. We brought in just a little over 285 brand new traders in the month of August with a video that I did for 50K, but there was only 25K. So why do you think I used the same video? Because if every one of you rewatch that 4-minute video, I don't say in there what they're going to get. So I just show I have 50,000 on my phone, but that could have been bought. There's people that got multiple challenges, and yeah. So the one other thing I wanted to share with you about imagination is, you guys heard me talk about this before. There's always 2 things that are happening. Either you're enrolling people in your imagination, or they're enrolling you in their imagination. Okay? So I'm just a product of Josh Weigel's imagination. Did you guys catch that? So when Akashx first launched, there was like a few people that went all in. And because they believed in him and went all in, they got a solid gold Akashx card. Can you guys? Oh, I don't know how to make it ding, right?
Yeah, we got it. We saw it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
I was going to say microphone.
Oh. Okay. So Jenna brought hers out, and everybody was saying, well, how do I get one? And she just looked at all these young guys and went, I got one because I was a super affiliate. Robert, did you get one? I said, I did. And it's like, so some people decided not to jump in Akashx. And now I'm talking to a bunch of people who go, yeah, I got into Akashx, but it just didn't work for me. And I just said, can you give me a list of some other shit that hadn't worked for you? That's not funny. I go, it sure in the hell is. Because I've sold water filters, I've sold air filters, I've sold long distance, I've sold coffee, I've sold travel, I've sold travel travel agent memberships. I've sold skincare. I've sold
Don't forget
makeup.
noni juice, right?
I've sold noni juice. I've sold
Coffee.
coffee, sanitary napkins, beef sticks, roll on,
Don't forget websites.
cologne, websites,
Good one, Matt.
coaching. I mean, I know that I'm still probably 40 off. But there's one thing that I had in common with all of these, and I wanted to get your guys' imagination back to where it is. My number one thing I think of every day is who I can help. So I know there's a lot of people out there that are hurting financially. And for whatever reason, every time they step into the realm of being an entrepreneur, then they have to struggle with them because they don't believe in them. They don't believe that they can do it. But why do they don't believe in other people's ability of doing it? So I'm just going to throw something out there for your guys' beliefs, right? So you guys know I've said this before, and this is totally my imagination, my hallucination, my illusion, right? But I had this thought that I die and I'm standing in front of somebody, and all they say is, hey, tell us what you did with the years that you had on earth that makes you believe that you should go on. And as soon as I start thinking, because thoughts are things, there's already 1 million people on that level screaming, let him in. Let him in. And I just shrug my shoulder and I hear, well done, good and faithful servant. So wouldn't it be crazy if you could imagine that the only way that you get to go to the next level is based on the amount of people that are already there that thank you for introducing them to something that changed their life when they were begging for it or praying for it? Because there's going to be some people that are going to be in that situation, in my imagination, that they're going like, why didn't you tell anybody? Why'd you keep it to yourself? Well, it wasn't working for me. Uh-oh. Who gives a rip about you? It's about other people. It's not about you. Well, I didn't know that. Here's your sign. I had this crazy thought, and some of you are going to freak out when I tell you this, right? But I had this thought of having 10,000 active traders and MDC. I have an imagination that I'll do it before the end of the year because I understand geometric progression. So we went from 1,000 to 3,000. We're easily going to go to 9,000. I know that's going to happen. And I keep saying, well, we really got to go to 30,000 because 10,000 of them are going to be in my group before the end of the year. I'm just sharing you guys as my imagination. And I know how to do it, is to get that 4-minute video in front of as many people as I possibly can and let them figure it out. When I shared with you guys on the AMA yesterday that there's 1% of people that are really plugged in. How many of you were shocked? But I've known those numbers my whole life. I go on AI or go on, you know, the AI or Google or whatever, and I put in there, what percent of people make over $1 million? And it's like 0.5%. In the United States, if you make, I think it's I think it's lower. It's like $668,000 or something like that, puts you in the 1%. Only 10% of the people make over, I believe it's last time I looked, I know the numbers are bigger, but 18% make over 100,000 a year. So what truly is the other 80% doing? So I just want you guys to understand that if you understand numbers, then that means for me to get 10,000 people, if I'm going to get one out of 100, one out of 1,000, I gotta get that video in front of a few million people. Does that sound impossible? No, because now I have 57 people, 58 people times 3, 174 people. Oh, wait a minute. They each have to get 3, 522. Some people are going to get none, right? Some people are going to get 0, and some people are going to get 57. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because not only have I just been stepping more into my imagination, but spending at least that minute or 2 minutes, with the 6-phase meditation, really dreaming and claiming this million active subscribers. So I'm going to have 1 million active subscribers. That's where I'm going. And I believe with all of my heart that it's going to happen. And I just want you guys to think, how much time on a daily basis do you really spend in your imagination being jacked out of your mind about your imagination? And so I'm listening to songs that have to do with that. I know you guys know this, and we'll get off of this. But Terry and I watch things that always seem to be like documentaries of people's imagination. And last night we watched one on Connor
Stallion.
Connor Stallion. Have you guys heard of this guy? I thought that Coach Bob would. But no, you'll hear in a second. Look it up. This guy was like, he grew up since he was a little kid, and his mom and dad were both Michigan football fans, the Wolverines fans. And since he was a little kid, he always told people, and it showed him like the ages of 4 and 5, where he's got a hat on and headphones, just like Coach Bob. And he told everybody that would ask him, what are you going to do? He says, I'm going to coach. I'm going to be on the staff and coach the Michigan team. Now, listen what he did. The first thing that he found out is, Lisa Marie, are you okay? She's trying to catch a nap here. You can turn the camera off and take a nap. It'll be okay. You probably got up too early. You're working too hard. But listen to him. He said, first thing he found out is the best coaches that ever did that for Michigan. And they all had one thing in common. They went to the Naval Academy. So he said, that's what I got to do. So he enrolled, got in the Naval Academy, came out, became a Marine, because that's what the other people did to become a coach for Michigan. And then his next thought was, I got to find out what they currently don't have. How can I build value? Have you guys ever heard, the Jim Rowans of the world? Is all you got to do is become more valuable. You want more money to come to you, create something of value. And he was really upset that Michigan was always getting their ass kicked. And so he started studying films, and he found out that the majority of the teams that Michigan was playing at the time was stealing their signals. And so Michigan wasn't paying attention, never even knew that they didn't know. That's called ignorance. But other teams were watching, and they don't change their signals, and they don't make any big deal out of it. So everyone knew the play that Michigan was running before they ran it. And they'd intercept the ball, they'd, sack the quarterback. They would just destroy them. And so he learned the signals from every other team that was in the top 10. And then he went there and told them, these people are stealing your signals. You need to change your signals. And I also know the signals from the other teams. And all of a sudden, overnight, wham. Every game, they win every freaking game. Almost got to the national championship. They've never beat Ohio State. Now they beat them 2 times in a row. Then, in the middle of their next season, it turns into a scandal because someone got tired of them beating everyone's ass. And so they said, there's this guy named Connor Stallion, and he's like stealing everyone's signals. It is not against the law to do that. And it showed this kid, if you guys watch this documentary, I think that it'll inspire you because he took the time to film himself doing every signal that every team they were going against. And he took a picture of himself doing the signals and put them all in a chart. This guy was obsessive. And everyone hated him because every team didn't have a Connor Stallion. Now listen to this. He did all this research without being paid. He was using his own money to put this all together, so he was of value for the Michigan team. And the first season that they went undefeated, the game that they won against Ohio, Coach Hardball gave him the winning ball and had his name put on it. And then he was hired full-time on the staff.
It's on Netflix called.
It's on Netflix called
Untold.
Watch Untold, the Signal Stealer. Sign Stealer. Okay? But I just love stories like this, right? So now they're all of a sudden in the middle of the last season, and then they had to suspend him. No, they put him on paid leave, and he didn't want to hurt the team or the coach, so he said that he quit. And then he said, so now I know they're coming after me. So he said, I did some research, and I found the NCAA a lawyer that loved ripping them apart, sued them multiple times, and won a bunch of money. I guess they're the Johnny Football. I don't even know this guy, but we watched a documentary on him.
Same one, Untold.
Yeah, it's the same one, Untold. And he was the lawyer that defended him because the NCAA ruined his career because they said that, people were giving him money and stuff, right? And they tried to do the same thing with this guy. So what it did is it pissed the team off. So then instead of just winning on the next teams, they were crushing them like by 30, 40 points. Then they suspended Hardball, the head coach. The kids got more pissed off, started to because it was like, you're going after the people that we love that didn't do anything wrong because we're kicking everyone's ass. So every time they got on the field, they just got more pissed. And then won the national championship. First team in a long time to beat Alabama. And then they went to the national championship to play against Washington and crushed them. And it was like, I just love stories like that. Because you've seen an individual that dreamt about it since they had dreams and imagination. And he did every little step that needed to happen. He found out what their weakness was, and he made a decision that he was going to be the best at that thing. And so now he's serving 3 years. He can't be in any coaching for the NCAA, any college football team for 3 years. So he's coaching for a Michigan high school team. How many people do you think when his suspension's up, which he's appealing, how many of you guys think there's some college teams that want this guy? Oh my God. It's like, and we already know where he's going to go because he loves Michigan. But the whole point that I'm making is that you guys got to build your imagination bigger. You got to think how I can be value to people. And you got to put it out there. You got to help other people imagine instead of focusing on what you're doing. So here's where I'm going to leave this. If you watch this documentary, and I highly suggest that you do, the entire time the guy only thought of one thing: how he could help his college football team win the national championship. It was never, ever, ever, ever about him. Never. In fact, it talks about times where he's sleeping in the car. So he needed money to fly to these games to watch the signals. And so he took his home and he rented it out like in an Airbnb and slept in his cars and truck stops. Single-minded, wanted to make sure that this team won, first to beat Ohio, then win a national championship. And he made his dream come true. But what I loved about it is he needed all the people to believe in him to make it happen. So it was showing pictures of him. And so, you know, hardball, I think if you guys looked it up, he was probably making $10, $20 million a year coaching for Michigan. And before every play, he would say something, and then he would look at Connor. And Connor would say something. And then he'd put his headset back on, do the signal, and crush him. And I'm going, here's a guy that makes millions and millions of dollars. Everybody knows who he is. And before every play, he's looking at Connor. What do we do? What play are we running? And they said the kid is just a flat-out savant. Flat-out savant. He can read. And they even tried to put other people that were doing signals that were fake people doing other signals to try to confuse them. And they couldn't confuse him. He mastered the skill of stealing signs from other teams. So this year, I guess, for college football, for the first time, they're allowing the coaches to now talk to the quarterback and the head of the captain of the defense through a headset. And you know what they're calling it? The Connor Stallion Law. This kid made college football do the same thing that pros are doing. Isn't that crazy? I'm just like going, so we didn't watch that by accident. So thank you. She's always the one that's plugged in and finds the right stuff. And then we watched something just for a little bit after that. It was like the same damn story on something else.
Oh, I don't remember. But we did watch the Adam Sandler thing, which was fucking hilarious.
Oh, man, the new Adam Sandler thing. That guy is on a different level as well. But I just wanted to share that stuff with imagination, and I just wanted to share with you that I'm listening as I'm in the flow and connected. I keep finding things that connect me, and I've shared, my favorite songs with you guys in the past. And there was a song that I shared with a couple of people, including Lisa Marie, and I'll post that in the Imaginators. And I know that some of you have different beliefs, and so I just want to say to you guys, sometimes you don't have to be a believer in something to be touched by something. Does that make sense? So I watch the Special Olympics, and every time I watch some of those people, they make me cry and they inspire me. I don't have to be special. Oh, wait a minute, I am. To be inspired, I don't have to learn how to do shot put or swim or run or do any of that to be inspired by other people that are doing things. So, so there you go. There you go. So now, like Craig said, anybody that got any questions or?
Yeah, we've got 2 people with hands up.
Okay.
So we've got Jody Falcon and Coach Bob, and we're going to go ahead and start with Coach Bob. Before, though, we do that, I just wanted to share with everybody, and Robert kind of shared that as well. We have a Google Drive of the Trade Stars playlist with some things that are there, and I will post those in the chats so that you can download them to your computer and use them for you. And this is a gift
Craig.
courtesy of Robert. So bless you, my friend. Thank you so very much for sharing these videos with us. In particular, the 4-minute video is part of it. And Robert and the team here will be adding more as we see the need to. So there's, I think, 5 or 6 videos there right now to help get you started, and others as well. So let's get to that. Give me a few minutes as we go into Coach Bob. We will go ahead and post those in the chats for you to use. So that being said, Coach Bob, thank you so much for your indulgence. Go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share with us.
Great to have you back, Terry. We missed you yesterday. She adds a lot. I love her. I love her. I just love her.
She
She's
makes
just
me
so
look
great.
great.
Yeah, she does. It's like something's missing.
I definitely married up. That's for sure.
You always want to do that.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to mention to you about sales too, Robert, is, we have these sales, and a lot of my customers will wait and they won't even take the sales. I'll message them. They'll just buy it straight out. If they want to get it, they'll get it. So we don't really need, you don't really need a special if you have something really good, right? So that was the one thing. The second thing is I'm working on a plan. So on chat, I'm working on a plan to get 15 members this month. So I typed in that I want to get 15 members, and I wanted to type it in, and it mentioned to go after people 25 to 45 of all genders, right? Is that what you're kind of seeing when you're?
No.
Are you getting a different?
Everyone that I brought in, and Matt's brought this up to me many, many, many times. All the people that I brought in are definitely over 40.
Really?
Definitely over 45. Yeah. Matt's the youngest person I brought in.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm working on this. So
I'm an old soul.
Done. And then I wanted to talk to Matt and you. Are you sending anything out after they sign up, like email to kind of let them know to sign up for the community, and then kind of the videos they should watch?
No, it is pretty interesting that again, that whole comment that you and I know, Coach Bob, is you speak to those that have ears to hear. So I should change that and say the people that watch the video at the right time. I've had probably at least 10 people that their very first connection with me is on Telegram, which means that they actually read the description of the 4-minute video.
Okay.
So in the description and in the first comment of the 4-minute video, I tell people, listen, want more information? Here's the playlist. And we do have in there, because we are promoting one of the promotions on driving people to Trade Stars. Not Trade Stars, Trade with Robert. But I still don't believe that we've gotten anyone from that. Mm-hmm. And so, so the people that are watching the list, I say underneath there, if you want to communicate with me, you can go do it through Facebook, or you can go to Telegram. So it is fun when you see someone that sees the video, then they actually are interested enough to see what the next step is, and they do it.
So you're connecting on Telegraph with them. So
No, they're communicating with me. They're like, listen, hey,
right.
I'm
That's what
looking
I
at
mean. You're kind of,
Right.
and then from there, you're giving them the steps then. So
Yeah.
basically what I should do is have them connect with me on Telegraph, then give them the steps like, okay, this is
Right.
what you have to do next. So
Yeah.
that's how you would do that.
Yeah, and I would say that
Telegram, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Just to
No,
make sure
and-
whoever's watching is wondering what's
Okay, I'm
Telegraph.
sorry.
well, he was going back. He's old. He was going back to Graham Bell when he was thinking.
I'm
It's
just
like,
I'm bad, Robert. I'm bad at all that. I'm like you. I'm kind of like you.
yeah, that's that's quality. That's a great quality. Not being able to say words and not be able to do English is just a great trait of mine. Dumbs me down. The other thing that I want, the majority of the people that I have right now came because of me and my messages on Facebook. By far. So, we're talking maybe 10 people. 10 people reached out to me because there's something in there on Telegram. And get this, you guys, because I create videos that I want you guys to use, do you guys realize that I don't have my Akashx link in there? Let that sink in. And so, man, can you imagine if I did a video and it had my link in it? So I'm still blown away that I'm sitting in my chair. We're going for 300,000 in volume last night, got to 289,000. And yeah, just that one push for 1 month was an extra $33,000 for us.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that's fun, because there's other people that today is September 1st and they're starting over. I don't know how people do that, but hey, that's what they believe they should do. I like compounding. I like bringing all the stuff I've done for 6 years and 5 months and bring that over. I'll give you guys a really funny one. I bought Akashx when it was first came out, but then I realized that I'm not focused on it. So I had someone tell me, my membership, do I have to pay for the membership even though I got 3? I'm still looking for a clarification on that, Bob. But what I did is I went back there because I was trying to help Joshua at Daramella, right? And he's going, he went to log into his Akashx today and it said, you gotta purchase it again. And so I went in the back office of Akashx and there's a place that says 3 and free. And I looked at July and I had 14. June, I had 8. May, I had 8. I went all the way back for an entire year, and I've always had between 6 and 8 people on Akashx since it started. And to think that I'm now engaged in it, and now it's 46 or 47. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So the other thing is, I believe that the majority of people, because Matt always talks about ages, right? I believe that the reason that the people are around my age or just a little younger, still maybe in their late 40s, early 50s, is because that's probably my following on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, when I went to Las Vegas and Josh is the youngest person there and everyone's under 35, like Joel is 24. That's a different market that I believe that someone can dominate on. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So I know Matt's had some thoughts about that. It's like, listen, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to get on a Zoom. That's another thing. See, me and Bob, I'll tell you guys this. Listen to this. Bob and I were trying to figure out what would be the most irresistible offer. Matt put a page together for me. And listen to this, you guys. We did it through Zoom. You know what Coach Bob was offering? A free 30-minute Zoom with me. How many of you guys think that's for a brand new person, that is amazing? I think we had 8 or 9 people that scheduled one and none of them showed up. Let that sink in. So the average person doesn't want to get on Zoom with me. Why do you guys think that is? It's like, I don't need to get on a Zoom and have someone with that kind of skills close my ass. They're going to get me to reevaluate my entire life. And I can see that. I can totally see that. But if I set one, I'd sure show up.
Yeah.
So that's not a good enough offer. But that was back when we were doing dream trips. That was back when me and Bob were just like, hey, let's go out there and see if we can sign some people up in this. Now all of a sudden, I got people that are signing up like the guy did last night at 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock, maybe our time. And he was from the East Coast and he signs up, buys Akashx. And I love people that sign up, plug into the communities, actually read the directions. They're awesome. And now I know the power of that 4-minute video that I did.
Yeah.
Because people are watching that 4-minute video and they go, I sure can't learn trading from this guy. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. So sometimes I'm not as stupid as I look. So that's where we're leaning forward moving forward, Bob. So any other questions?
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out the avatar. And I believe that my avatar is, I know that 99% of the people that make full-time income from network marketing have watched their checks go down for 2 years and they don't know what to do. They won't tell you that their checks have gone down, but they're selling luxury products at a high price is just not where the world is right now. Do you guys get that? It's like people are looking to make money. And like I said, I found it very interesting. All the broke people that told me they had no money found $149 like it was nothing. Isn't that crazy? They wanted that funding. And so I think Josh is consistently testing, listen, could we get people to go for 50,000? Yeah. Could we get them to go for 25,000? Yeah. Do you think that people would be happy and it looks like a great offer if you got trained by experts and we gave you $10,000? Yeah. I believe it will go better. And here's why. I think 50 grand and 25 grand is a lot of people are going, I don't believe that. That's too good to be true. But I'm worth 10 grand. And for 37 years, what do people say that they would like to make a month? 10 grand. That's the magic number. What do you want to make a month? I'd like to make 10 grand a month. That's what I'd like to make. That's 37 years of that. And so we're going to give you 10 grand to start you out. So we'll see. I know it's going to fly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's just getting to talk to the right people. I've been putting a lot of stuff out there. I just haven't been able to connect with the right people. Right. So,
Right.
So it's just, I'm trying to set up a plan for myself and then do something each day. Right. So just to make sure I'm on track. And I think just getting the word out there is the big thing. Cause like you said, they found it on Facebook, you found it here. So that's what I've got to do. And I do have a question for Matt. Just want to know how his move's going. And
it's going great. We're 50% there. All the heavy shit gets moved on the 10th. So that'll be like our official moving day. So we basically just live in a house of boxes and bins right now.
And two cords. And two cords.
Two adorable
corgis,
cords.
right? Yeah. So the last thing that I'm going to break down is this whole setup that I got because I have to work. But no, I mean it's going well. We're excited about it. We love that the area that we're moving into is like much more suited to who we are, I'd say, than the area we're in now. And it's like way more inexpensive. So that also allows us to take more risks with the AI stuff, which you guys will see moving forward. So yeah, I'm excited about it because it's basically giving me and Hannah like the ability to double down on a couple of really big grand ideas that we have for the future. Not just for us personally, but business wise too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to being streaming and talking about AI pretty much every single day once I have everything set up and doing it again. So the stuff has gotten significantly better. Like in the scheme of things, I would say AI now is at the point that I could convince you guys that I'm here when I'm really not. Like that with what I'm playing around with. And what's kind of crazy is like I haven't shared a lot of this stuff with you guys because it gets downright like a little freaky. But I was posting pictures in the Imaginators group of pictures that were generated of me. I trained an AI to put me into basically anything, and I've done the same with my dad, which gives us basically infinite thumbnail possibilities. And before it was pretty mediocre. Now I'd say if they were posted on Facebook, you might get 500 comments and likes and everything like that, and nobody really knows whether it's real or not. And you start asking yourself that level of engagement, the power of that, whether it's in photos, whether it's in videos, whether it's in any of these things. And that's what you guys will see. I'm basically making a company to facilitate that for other companies and for other people.
Nice.
So, I have some big grand plans storytelling wise as well, but I do want to kind of build a platform and a community of my own around these ideas and stuff. So you guys will see that. I'm not going anywhere with the Imaginator stuff. I'm still going to share stuff with you guys here. But this is more I would say my dad's community, and we're focused more on different things. So I don't want to get on and then be talking about Akashx and then Matt gets on and talks about AI. It's kind of like a disjointed thing. So I plan on in the future having kind of my own little thing with that. But I'm not going anywhere with this. I'm still excited about what we got going on with Akashx and this new promotion.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, trying to be forward thinking enough, I really don't think capture pages and that type of stuff really is going to be that big of a deal moving forward, or websites in general. I think it's going to be much more content based, much more like getting people's attention. And I'm seeing that even working with some other people and playing around with stuff. Like it's a lot easier to get people's attention that way now and get them into action than it is to get them to go through a capture page and watch a webinar. It's just like impossible. So especially for my generation, they're like, Jesus, dude, you want me to sit there and watch 45-minute presentation? I even care if it is young people doing it. Like that's a niche group of people, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be anybody. So it's just finding those people that are excited and motivated and like making the avatars and then making the content to get them in. But I don't think that they really want. I think most of the people, if I looked at the demographics, even in the capture pages that we've used, my dad's absolutely right. Large majority of them are over the age of 40. Like nobody's signing up for these capture pages and clicking on these ads and stuff that are my age. It's just a different group of people, right?
Yeah.
And they're flicking through shorts and TikToks and stuff. They're not scrolling through websites and stuff. So it's like if you can't capture them in that 60-second short to go talk to you and reach out to you, and that's even a thing too. These people are used to just messaging people. They're not the level of automation with email and all of these things. I'm thinking like in the future, what I need to do is just train a chat bot to talk to these people. And then get back to us with the people that are actually interested. That's because obviously with scale, the main issue that will always exist with like, even with what my dad's saying with Telegram, right? Like people reaching out to you. I've done campaigns for my older brother when he sold water filters and stuff. We started running ads and they started doing really, really well. but it compounds so quickly when you start doing paid targeted advertising that works. So then it's like, okay, today I got three leads with phone numbers. Tomorrow now I have 6. The next day I have 9. And it just keeps going and going. And then a whole week goes by and you have to get back to like 30 separate people and manage all these people and everything like that through their process. And you got to be like, if you take that at scale and you have thousands of people come in, and you have to have somebody to siphon through those people, and that's going to be ChatGPT. So
yeah, there's only like, out of all the people that I've talked to, what's very unique about this offer with Akashx is I've only had one person that wanted to do a Zoom with me. He goes, can I jump on a Zoom and talk to you about this? And he was someone that's known me for like 10 years. And so he's the same age as I am. So I said, sure, I'll jump on a Zoom with you. And he goes, well, I have some questions about this. And I said, so you didn't watch the videos? And he goes, no, I thought I would just reach out to you and do a Zoom. And I said, so you maybe you shouldn't do this. And he goes, what do you mean? Because I said, well, you haven't made any money since I've known you, and you're still uncoachable. And he goes, well, that's rude. And I went, dude, I signed up 34 people in the last week, and no one's asked for a damn Zoom. And then I had a couple of people that say, well, I have some questions. And now I'm again, that whole phrase, you got to train people how to treat you. And I go, I'll answer all of your questions once you watch the videos.
I've got a thought about this.
Okay.
How many people here, and this is normally how I process marketing stuff. Like, I like to ask myself and other people questions about what they do and don't do, because it gives you more of a obvious answer. Because you could always guess what somebody would do, but if you just ask people, it's like, okay, so if you have a person, right? We're living in modern day. If you have a person, how often does somebody talk to somebody one-on-one outside of a community aspect? How rare is that now? Right?
So rare.
So the more rare that is, and you start asking yourself, okay, we all connect with each other in this community, right? So maybe the service of Zooms is to have someone connect with the community, not connect individually. Maybe the goal individually needs to be something else that's a little more suitable and comfortable for the more modern time people. Like, because most people are okay with messaging, but they don't want to like get on and talk to somebody. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I'd ask myself that, right? It's like, I'm not going to get on a Zoom and talk to somebody right off the bat. I need to have vented them first, right? So that just came to mind. I thought I'd share that because when we're talking about this stuff, it's like, man, why won't people just, like you said, all the Zooms, they'll get booked and stuff. And this is totally different, you guys, than even a few years ago when we did coaching, because we could get people booked on Zooms and they would get on them, but now that's way less of a chance. And so I think that just goes to show that most people don't tend to want to connect one-on-one in this manner. They much rather have some type of community experience. So maybe we need to lean more into that and figure out how to enable people to do that. But you know me, I'm constantly talking about community.
Well, that's called split testing. I have rewatched that 4-minute video. I know that I've rewatched it 20 times.
I was gonna say, how many of the views are you? Let's be real.
Yeah.
And right now we're at over 26,000 views.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
24,000 of them are me. You know, because I think I'm good. But
handsome dude.
I continue to put myself in a different mindset watching that video. And when I watch it, I go, is it still applicable to right now? And the last few times that I've watched it, I've even told myself that this video could be shorter. And so when you look at the demographics of it, it's like 1 minute and 47 seconds in, and people are jumping off. So we're almost, Matt told me one time for YouTube, if you can get someone to watch it more than 10 seconds, you're a genius. And so these people are watching it for 1 minute and 47 seconds. So then I went and watched what was said right before they dropped off. And I could be wrong. Maybe you guys can look at it and tell me your feedback. But what I believe is they just, bottom line, it's not what I said. It's they just had enough that I was good enough with the 8 seconds to the 8 seconds to the 8 seconds to the 8 second. And now, like some of you feel when you get on a 2-hour webinar, it's like, listen, I'm interested. Can you just give me the damn button?
No more fun.
You know, just let me buy this. This is freaking ridiculous. I'm tired of this webinar. That might be for people that are in their 50s and 60s. I believe that people that are watching that YouTube video, they're going, 2 minutes is too long. I got the point. You bought a service, you get a deal, you click on it. Where's it at? Because if you notice, the last couple of minutes that I do, so they're watching for 1 minute and 47 seconds, but the last part is me actually saying why people are not successful. That they're not willing to build a brand, that they don't like to do TikTok videos, they don't want to be influencers, but they don't even make it there. So one of the things I was going to suggest with Nat is we get that video to 2 minutes and then actually put a call to action into that video. It's like, listen, here's the link, akashx.com/ look for the link below.
I was going to say, I'd rather have 5 1-minute videos that get a bunch of watches and get different demographics and different people than have one video everyone's watching. Because the truth of the matter is like when McDonald's advertises to somebody or Nike advertises to somebody, it's different based off where they're advertising. Might be the same product, but they know who they're talking to, right? Whether it's the sports fanatic, whether it's the person that just wants cozy tennis shoes as they go to the airport or whatever. Like they've thought about these things and they've made ads for these people, right? They didn't make an ad to hit every single person because that ad would get less retention, less watch time, all these other things.
Right.
So,
and Kai brought up something really interesting. Some people have told me that they haven't gotten success with the 4-minute video. They just don't understand marketing like Matt and Coach Bob. I'm not going to, I remember one time saying the same thing. I said, well, we got this video up and, it doesn't seem like anyone's going to the capture page. And they said, well, how many views do you have on it? And I said, like 300. And they go, come back to me and we'll measure the graphics on it and the data when it has 30,000 views. They're like, you can't look at 300 views and then do some statistics on a video. And I'm going like, damn. So all the coaches that me and Matt have paid for, they're going, we need more data. We need more data. Now, I don't know. Matt's smarter than me in a lot of ways. Maybe they said they needed more data because then they, they'd actually get another month of revenue out of us. You know what I mean? And so,
very well could be the case.
Yeah. And so, it's like you should be able to look at the data and figure out what's going on. So I know moving in September, we're going to do some things. And I always will let you guys know on the Imaginator calls what we're doing. And so you guys can adapt. So, but I like the concept that, if I showed them what I'm doing and then I showed them and now, well, great. I just love that. Hey, listen, Akashx's $149. We're going to give you 10 grand and we're going to give you tap and trade and experts for the service. Did I tell you that the 149 has a 15-day money back guarantee? So buy the damn service, hook up everything, do a couple of tap and trades for a couple of weeks. Then you're going to figure out if this is for you or not.
Yeah, I think I'll mention that money back guarantee. I think that's a big thing too, because then they kind of feel more safe, to spend their money. The other thing is I brought a lot of people into my capture page and they've kind of left. I think more people are into more chatting rather than any Zooms. They'd rather chat with you. So if we can get it to where they watch the video and then they can chat with you, if they have any questions or just to
That's a
see if
great
you're a real
idea.
person, just to get that trust. Because I thought when I would put people in touch with you through a Zoom, I would get that trust, that know,
Yeah.
like, and trust, right? That's what I'm going for.
I got a quick question for you guys. We got 23 on here. If you guys are watching the YouTube, please put it in there too. How many of you guys purchased Akashx? Put a number 1 in the deal. Okay. The reason that I'm asking this question is not one of you asked to do a Zoom with me. So let that play with your head a little bit. Because you said Robert's doing this, and you guys went, I'm doing it. Robert's doing it, I'm doing it. That was enough. So why isn't it enough for your people? Just a thought. Just a thought. And I know what all of you are saying. Well, Robert, I've built a relationship with you and we've been a family for quite a while. Why wouldn't I do that? Well, then where'd the other 30 people come from? That never been on an inner circle or Imaginator or even an Ask Me Anything. You know what I think is hilarious about these people? Is when you look at all these people know that I do an Ask Me Anything. They all know I do an inner circle. They all know I do Imaginators. They're not interested. It is pretty interesting, isn't it? Maybe they're saying, listen, I heard about tap and trade and I heard about the offer of giving me free funding. I got it. You know why I knew this offer is incredible? Is Craig and Matt's never joined anything with me. They're like, I'm not being left out. I'm going like, wait a minute. This has got a neat little thing to it where people are like, I don't want to miss out on the tap to trade. And then since we've been doing it, that's the number 1 complaint. Is people having difficulty with their phone, not getting signals? Why are the people posting that they're winning? They get so much, there's only 2 groups of people in the chats, and that's the people that are winning and the other people that are complaining. There's 2 groups of people. Why isn't this working for me? I have an Android that's 20 years old. There's something wrong. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's pretty interesting. And I want to give a shout out again to Arthur because he's like, hey, we'll find some workarounds. You know what I mean? Because I immediately was using the web-based part of it as well, even though I had Apple products. I was going, if I'm getting an alert, is it possible? And I did a video on it. Very short video. Hey, I got the alert. I'm logging into Akashx. I'm clicking on tap and trade. Wow, there it is. And I clicked on it. I'm going like, okay, I got to get signals from Telegram and I got to have a browser open. I'm going, it seems pretty damn easy to me. So thank you, Bob. Any other questions?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm good. I was just wondering, one more. Matt, how's Hannah doing? Has she been trading?
We've been focusing on moving a lot, but
Okay.
Hannah's she's not doing anything in Akashx or anything like that. She actually started all that trading stuff well before we were even doing this.
She inspired me.
Yeah, she's been following this lady on YouTube, and she's part of her community. And her channel is called Humbled Trader. Humbled Trader.
I know her.
You know her.
Yeah,
she's great.
Chinese, or I think she is. Or
I'm gonna post the channel here.
Yeah,
she's got
very good.
1.2 million subscribers.
Wow.
What does she charge for her service?
Oh, you mean like her school?
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 and then 99 a month, I think, like that. Something like that.
1,000 up front and $100 a month. And she's got how many subscribers?
well, she uses Discord, so I think you can actually see. It's like it's tens of thousands. Yeah. Couple a day, more than a couple a day, probably. But that just goes to show you she's none of that happened from like a capture page or anything,
Right.
Yeah.
right? She does have a website, and then when you click get started and
She
click on it,
doesn't have a website.
no, she does. I'm
Oh.
saying it's like but it's a portal for the training more than anything. It's not, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Arthur said he's gonna reach out to her and get her in Akashx.
get
Good
all
luck.
of her members in there. Yeah, that'll be tough. Also
Yeah,
sign
this
up
is-
for her.
I think
She's got a newsletter, really good newsletter. She puts out
Yeah.
Sundays, I believe. So, and it's free. So you guys can just
Mhm.
sign up for that.
Yeah,
See, how old do you think
Nope.
she is?
Oh, maybe she's in her late 30s, if I had to
30s, yeah.
guess.
Cool.
But
Good for
yeah, no,
her.
most of the community is young. Like the other trainers or the other people that are part of that community, they're all our age. So like
Cool.
I think that's the difference, is that she's funneling all these people in straight from YouTube by making content that's quality, that teaches you. She's not trying to pitch people on anything. She's giving them so much value that then when she goes, oh, you want to take the next step and you want to learn, it's like, absolutely I do. You know how much free stuff I've already gotten from
Brilliant.
you? I mean, if I
Brilliant.
click on her videos, we'll switch over for a second. Maybe you guys can see this.
Hang on, let me go ahead and
Like
solo
this.
you, Matt. Let's see.
Like that. Ignore the music thing or my head being in the wrong spot.
Uh,
But no, if you go to videos and then you go popular, she's got a video from 4 years ago. A day in the life of a millennial day trader, 6.4 million views. How to start day trading as a complete beginner, 1.8 million. Top 5 things to avoid. ChatGPT AI made me $100,000 trading strategy, 1.2 million views.
Wow.
So she's using a lot of modern day stuff as well, but very,
That's
very
cool.
cool. Definitely going to emulate some of that stuff in my own AI community for
Yeah.
sure. So
Good.
Cool.
All right, let's go to the next person. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
yeah,
all
no problem.
right. Wow. Thank you so very, very much. Jody Falcon is the next person up. So, Jody, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Everybody. Hi, Terry.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Robert, Matthew, Craig. How's
Hi,
everybody
Jody.
doing?
How are you?
Ah, loved and deeply cherished. Always here
Amen.
with you guys. Do you remember, Robert? I think it was about 2 weeks ago. And you mentioned something about Matthew, and you were talking to customer service, and they were saying whatever you sent them was the best they had ever seen. It was something that Matthew had put together.
Are you talking about the tutorial video?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So, let me start with this. I'm vibrating so high right now, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to speak straight. So, every morning for about 12 years, I have my oracle cards. I shuffle and I pull the date. So like today's the 1st, I pulled the first card. The first, oh my God. All right. So, psychic awareness, divine soul. This is the oracle book that has always nice little messages for each card. The last sentence, embrace and trust what you receive. Oh, and then I write my thoughts and feelings in my journal. Okay. Ever since, Robert, you shared with us that moment that you were talking to MDC customer service about Matthew, I have had such vivid, brilliant visions in my third eye of Josh Zweigel and Matthew Hollis partnering. Because to me, Josh Zweigel is the Nikola Tesla of network marketing technology. Your son, Matthew Hollis, is the Nikola Tesla of anything and everything AI. How can you make that connection happen sooner than later?
Um,
And I see them so
Well,
vividly
I
outside.
I believe that that will just happen if it's meant to happen.
Okay.
It's like when you think of all the stuff that we've learned from Abraham Hicks and stuff,
Yes.
it's like making it happen or pushing it to happen is not the way of the universe.
Of course.
So
Correct.
we can imagine that as this continues to grow and he sees more and more of Matt's AI abilities, you know, that could very possibly be where, you know, Matt puts the thing that he wants to put together and then Josh sees it and says, hey, I'll partner up with you. This is what we need to do. And maybe
Yeah.
he's the financier behind it and whatever, because I truly know that what I see Matt and some other people come to me with is they just look at the gamification aspects of TradeX Mastery. And Matt's been talking about that since he understood games. He was always saying that when people figure out how to gamify something and you know people trading is very, very addictive. I said it at Saturday as a joke. I was just telling people that there's nobody, in my opinion, that could take me from never touching my phone to having my ringer off and avoiding my phone to constantly now being around it. There was this click that happened. And I was saying that, you know, it was almost like I told everyone at the training that I do understand people that have addiction problems because now I know what people go through when they're on crack. You know what I mean? It's like I need a fix. I need to do a tap to trade. You know what I mean? And it's because other people that are winning, you know, when this Wheezy guy, you know, his newest one, I think was 17 or 19,000. Now he's down. And, you know, we're talking about people that have been in this company less than 3 months that are already making more money withdrawing than people make in a year all over the world.
Mhm.
And so what's going to happen in countries like Nigeria and Africa? It's like today I had this thought when I was in my connection time, and it was like, you know, I have people in Hungary and Romania, they hit 50K every single month, like clockwork, man.
Wow.
And you know, a lot of people could say to them, well, why wouldn't they go to 100K? Why wouldn't they go to 250K? Well, with their jump starts and everything, these people are making $6,000 and $7,000 a month.
US dollars.
US dollars. So the average income there is like $800 a month, just like
Yeah.
Nigeria. These
Right.
guys are making 10 times the average income. Why do they need to be 100Ks, 250Ks, 500Ks? They don't need to be.
Well, be grateful and happy and satisfied where you're at.
Yeah. And so their goal is more focused on how many people that can they get to 5,000 and 7,000 a month US instead of thinking about how they can go to 250. But that happens anyway. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, some of the messages that Joshua Daramella is like, they really were doing their best they could with FFX, and it just kept getting worse. The economy keeps getting worse there, and the fluctuation of their currency is so bad that they just couldn't create momentum. There's two of them, Mosh and Coach Joshua, that hit 50K, and they couldn't maintain it. And so last month before the promotion in July, you know, I think they all jumped in with the promotion at the end of July, but that entire month, their whole entire group did $700 in volume. And they closed out last night at over 40,000.
Wow.
So, you know, there's going to be some people on our first Thursday coming up, whatever that is, the 6th or whatever, there's going to be a parade that happens in Africa in 5 different countries. Because these people are going to get just ridiculous incomes.
That's a
And
beautiful thing.
it's just gonna take it to the next level. So thank you for bringing that up. I've always felt from day one, Matt's 32, and Josh is 33.
Mhm.
And you know, Josh right now is just really good at creating vision, creating imagination. And last time I talked to him, he said
So
that
is
he had,
Matthew.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
he told me in Vegas that they have 38 full-time programmers.
Wow.
And he goes, when you see the new version of Akashx and TradeX Mastery and the app that's going to be available for not only Apple, but Android, he goes, when you guys see where we're going, he goes, it's going to blow your mind. He says, I'm just going to keep adding more and more stuff. And you'll hear it slip, like when Joel said, so Joel, Josh gets to see everyone's trading. Are you guys you understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden for Joel to say, well, tap and trade really doesn't work with my style of how I trade. And then Josh says, well, I need to understand that strategy so I can get my programmers to make sure that you can do tap and trade.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? And
Jeez.
so yeah, he knows who the best traders are. And when they've jumped in and taken their strategy and tried to do tap and trade, and people are waiting and they're staying in too long and they're doing stuff, it's like, people are losing. And so that's just like with Brett. Now I learned a lot from Joel in that video, and I'm just like going, the thing that really upset me about myself is I haven't watched any of Joel's videos, and I haven't slotted time to trade with him.
Oh, okay.
But every time I beat myself up on that, then I get on my knees and connect, and it's like, no, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Let experts trade them. I don't need you trading. I need you exposing this to as many people as you possibly can. You're not a trader. You're an imaginator.
Yes. Oh, and Matthew is the AI imaginator. I'll tell you. Yeah,
So-
I'm telling you, the visions that I keep replaying.
Like that. It's
just
like that movie Dream Scenario, except I'm your Nicolas Cage. You know what that movie
Yeah.
is? He just starts showing up in everyone's dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe I'm showing up in Josh's dreams. Josh, are you
Oh.
there?
Why
Hey.
not? Why not?
Well, I know some of the stuff that Matt's going to do is not only going to, put him where he's going to be in service to a lot of people, but, as we move forward, you just gotta keep honing in on what gives you the most joy, what gives you the most love, what gives you the most reward. And I'm constantly watching the Darth Vaders of the world trying to distract me. Really, it's more obvious to me now than it ever has been in my career. So I talked to Jenna a little bit in Las Vegas, and she goes, you always wanted to do coffee for all the Latinos. And I said, yeah. And she says, I'm going to connect you with Sean and Ty. You tell them what kind of coffee you want to create, and they'll create the best coffee for the
Wow.
marketplace. And I went, is this a distraction?
Oh.
See what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's like, do people really want to market coffee right now, or do they want to walk around with the phone that they're taking pictures and selfie with and just tapping and making money?
Mhm.
I think if you pass that question to everyone, it's like, listen, we got the best product in the world. Great, I'll buy it. No, we want you to share it with other people. That ain't happening. See what I mean? It's like, And I just believe that people now are aware that they're trying to stay in their muse and in their joy more. You know, even when people think about minimizing their lives, you know, it's like, listen, what gives me the most joy? What really gives me the most joy? It's not about making money, even though the gift that I have is getting other people to imagine firing their boss, retiring their spouse, getting out of a budget. I mean, the very first phrase that I heard from one of my mentors, he goes, you know what the definition of a budget is? And I go, what? He goes, making more than you can spend.
Yeah.
Isn't that a different focus?
Yeah.
Instead of going, I know I got $3,600 coming in, and that's got to fit with this budget. And it's going to be interesting to see where the world goes, because there was a guy that I seen a post from, and I normally don't read posts, but this guy was a military person. And he went and served for our military for 2 years. Came back, pulled his car out of the garage, got it all fixed up, and then called the insurance company and says, listen, I got to get insurance on my car. I own it outright. It's an old car. I just need liability. And they said $296. And he goes, I didn't say full coverage. And they go, no, that's how much it is. And he goes, I don't have any tickets. I don't have anything. I'm 30 years old. And they go, you seem upset. And he goes, yeah, because when I went to war to serve for this country, it cost me $89 for liability on this car. How did it go from 89 to 296?
Oh
They're like, we're sorry, you can check out other companies.
Scam.
And you know,
Scam. Oh,
we make good money. We make good money. And all of a sudden, but it doesn't stop me from looking at the accounts. And all of a sudden I'm going, how in the hell did our mortgage go up $300? It's a fixed mortgage. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the insurance.
Right.
$300 a year?
a month. Oh.
No, I mean, yeah, I think it went up $300. Our mortgage did. So that's what, $3,600 a year? Mortgage didn't go up. The insurance and the taxes went up.
I thought it was bad only here in Florida.
What
No.
the hell?
Oh my gosh.
So that brought me to this point, Jody. I know right now how hard people are hurting all over the world. And that's all I need to focus on. If there is a way that I could get some extra money into your pocket on a month-to-month basis, doing nothing but learning from experts and tapping on your phone, would you be willing to try a service? If you do, it's got a 15-day money-back guarantee. And if you do, they're going to give you $10,000 of their money to learn to trade with. If you guys time that out, that's pretty short.
Short,
Well,
sweet.
what is this? That's why I said check it out and check out these videos. So I am sending the playlist.
The whole playlist.
Yeah, because I unconsciously do this business because I've mastered it. And if you guys have ever heard me cover the 7 steps in effective presentation, they're all there in the video. Peak of interest, explanation, testimonials, description of the product, description on how you get paid, and then short trainings. It's all there. And if you see how they're listed in the playlist, I look at it 2 or 3 times a week and just keep moving them. So if people went to the playlist, they'd watch the peak of interest of me doing 4 minutes.
Mhm.
Maybe they only last 1 minute and 47 seconds. I don't give a shit. Then they might click on testimonials first. But now, in a short blink of an eye, we did a video that showed everyone winning the challenge. And now we got a short video of everyone withdrawing money.
Withdrawing. Right, right.
What video do you guys think that people are going to start promoting now?
Withdrawing.
No shit. See that, look at this. What the hell is this? These are all people withdrawing. Withdrawing for what? Check out the list. Check out the videos. It's like, and I've had, again, out of all the people, there's been over 30 people, if not 25 people, that just sent, send me your link. Send me your link. I go, oh, okay, Akashx.com/Hollis. I am not sending them the free link because this has so much value that people are willing to spend the $149 to get the money.
Mhm.
Before, I wanted to show them all. And a person brought up, I think, on Ask Me Anything, so we'll say it on here for people that didn't see the AMA. People are going, so you're not giving the gift anymore? No, I am.
That is the gift.
Akashx and $10,000 in funding is actually better than someone reading a book. Even if it's mine.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
I'll give you $10,000 or you can have a free copy of my book. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to include the audios. I'll take the 10 grand.
Thank you very much.
You guys, I've never said that to anybody. So if you see, I do stuff instinctively. I always ask for guidance. I always ask for the words to say to those that have ears to hear. And that's what got me. That's what got me. Are you going to give me 50 grand? Are you serious? So maybe that is better than my book and audios. Just a
At
thought.
least for the near future.
Yeah, I want to put a video together in the next couple of days. You guys will see me do it. But I'm gonna also do a short video, and I did it sort of yesterday. Yeah, you guys always get to see everything first. But the short video is going to be a couple minutes long, and all it's going to be is TradeX Mastery.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go, what's this? TradeX Mastery? You can get $200,000? Yeah, but it's 935 bucks. I wonder if this works. Let me look at the leaderboard. All these guys are making this money and winning this challenge?
Perfect.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
Are you kidding me? Well, I really can't afford to do this. Wait a minute. You can actually get this funding for free by just buying the service with a $15 money back and 15-day money back guarantee. What? I could try this to see if it works for 2 weeks? Get back to the person that shared this video with you.
Oh, wow. It's like fail-safe, isn't it? I mean,
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Josh has rewritten that whole series of books for dummies,
Yeah.
computers for he's rewritten the whole
When people are going to start understanding that the reason that Matt is, in my opinion, a genius, like other people have said, but he's like a savant in doing
Yes.
AI, is just because he loves it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I love helping people so much.
God, what a combination.
You guys,
Win-win.
I
Jeez.
see every one of you guys just overthinking every frickin' step. And I'm like, people are getting withdrawals. That means that they passed a challenge and they figured out either they knew it beforehand how to do it or they learned. So when I hear people that already are successful traders, and I brought in like 10 of them, and they go, Akashx and your guys' trading, they're amazing. Okay, so if you got a person that's doing full-time trading and they're making money, not working for anybody, doing trading, and they click into Akashx and say it's the frickin' bomb, I really don't give a shit what other people think. You hear that? So people are reaching out to me and I'm doing the same thing. You guys don't believe that I'm doing it, but I do it. I believe that I can go to 1,000 active traders and not win the challenge. I'm now really second guessing on whether I want to even do the challenge. Because I don't want to be an expert in something I know that I'm not.
Yeah, when the experts are already available. You know where your lane is, so run that Ferrari in
I
your
had
lane.
at one time $590 toward the challenge, and now I'm below.
Again?
Yeah, now I'm below. Yeah. And I thought, that's a better presentation. Hey, they gave me $50,000. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing tap and trading, and I got some losses, but I'm sure you're smarter than me.
Oh.
Because that's what people are right now, right? Everyone's watching everyone. And because they got to give so much self-expression with this right here, everybody has the illusion of the Dunning-Kruger effect. In my opinion, everyone on the planet thinks they're smarter than everybody else on the planet. They have no evidence of that. So I'm like, that's when you guys seen me like last year or maybe even more. I'm going, why am I training people? They don't give a shit and they don't do what I tell them. Why am I training people? I could tell you guys exactly what I do every day. And you guys would go, fuck that. And I'm not saying that's bad. Because I've been beating on you guys about your individuality, about your unique, that your DNA is not like anybody else. Why should you do what I do? You should do what you're supposed to do.
Proclaim your rarity.
My
And
God.
live it large. Live it large.
So you got all these people out there trying to teach people how to build a brand and how to do a vlog and how to do a blog and how to build a YouTube channel. What if that's not you? So now what are you doing? You're actually doing shit that you don't want to do for money? What a stupid reason to do shit. Right? So then you start doing things that's not individually yours that you don't enjoy doing. So then you procrastinate, don't do it because you just don't like doing that shit. And what does your mind do? Your mind goes, I don't need money that bad. If this is what I got to do to make money, I'm just not interested.
You know what just hit me? What just dawned on me? The challenge started like in June, right?
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
July or something.
End of June.
Yeah, if you look at TradeX Mastery, it started at the beginning of March. So I'm
Okay.
sure it was in major beta.
But they didn't do any funding thing.
They didn't do any funding till June.
The evolution on so many levels. I mean, it just really blows my mind. Oh my God. And to hear you just say you're okay with your loss and you can use that and turn that into something that is almost like a gift, if you will.
Well, think about people, Jody. You're right on the money. I
Yes.
can see the aha happening in you. It's like,
Wow.
do you think that people really in this day and age relate to winners, or do you think they relate to people that are struggling?
Oh, hello.
So to say, hey, I got into this thing, I started doing tap and trade. I found out a little bit about who I am personally. They told me to just click on Javid, that I would get a 0.5% a week, and that's 2% a month, and compounded over, 5, 6 months, I'll win the challenge. And then by the end of the year, I'll make an additional $10,000. So $10,000 extra a year is really good income. And so I started to follow the plan, and then I found out that I was human. And so I did 6 trades in a row because I was only following Javid, and I made $590 toward winning the challenge. But then one came out from Matthew and I clicked on it. And then one came out from Francisca and I clicked on it. And then a couple came out from Joel and Brett and I clicked on them. And in a blink of an eye, the 590 is gone and I'm like $300 in the hole because I'm human. They told me it would take a long time. Wait a minute. I think that 5 months goes by anyway. But my emotions took me over. I started doing things that I shouldn't do. And then I thought, okay, so now that I lost money, I'm going to go back to Javid. But Javid only bets 0.5 or 0.25. What if I turn that into 5? What if I took more of a risk because I know he's going to win? And then he lost 2 trades in a row, and now I'm in trouble again. So now I don't want to do the tap and trade anymore because I'm losing money. And then I had a kid reach out to me and say, holy cow, I went a little crazy with that Joel Eris Gold guy, and I lost my challenge. And he goes, but then I thought, this ain't my money, and I'm okay. I went, it's not my money, I'm okay. So you guys ask me questions that you guys don't realize that I've been asking. So I wasn't even in tap and trade for 3 days when I reached out to Josh. He connected me with Javid. And I went, is there any way you can give me a schedule when you're trading? No. So when are the trades? When the market's right, dummy. You just don't trade to trade. You trade when it's right. These guys have 6 and 8 years and they're disciplined. I just had a download. You'll love this.
Oh, I hope so.
Right?
Mhm.
So like Terry loves going out in the yard and working. And she gets up in the morning and after her bath, she looks at the weather and she says, not today. Because maybe the heat, maybe it's raining, maybe it's windy, but she makes up her mind when she's going to go do what she wants to do. That's how these guys trade.
Perfect.
So they got their 10,000 hours in, and they're trusting that 10,000 hours. And that's why people are mad at them. Because they lose, they don't care. They're not emotional about their losses. Would you be emotional about your losses if you made $500,000 a year trading? Just like I've said, I don't really mind when people say that they're not interested and this is not the right time and they're too busy and I'm not interested in that. And I tried those things before. I'm like, whatever. It doesn't bother me at all.
Mhm.
I'm not mad at them. They're that way with trading. Was that a good download?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like, I need to get this done. Not today.
Gonna be 100 degrees. Forget it.
Not today. So they get up and look at their graphs and their lines and their circles and all the stuff that they've studied for 8 years and go, no, not today. And then they get up and go, yep, there it is. And they win a couple of trades and make 0.5% on 200,000. Times 0.05.
$100 or something.
Yeah, they make a trade and make 10 grand and go, I'm done for the week. Did you guys catch that? I made 10 grand on Monday. Let's take the rest of the week off. And everybody's going, hang on. Hey, hang on.
Javed did that last month. I remember it was an early trade in the week. I think it was a Monday or Tuesday. And he said, that's it, guys. I'm done.
I'm
Have a
done.
good week. Bye.
Is that crazy? So the only reason that we think a lot of people look at these people and think they're day traders. But then when we did that trading with Joel, did any one of you guys feel like when Joel was doing the training that he loves what he does?
Oh, big time. Oh,
When you see somebody that loves what they do, it's like, why in the hell do you sand cars all day? Oh my God, I love doing body work. Well, you're out of your frickin' mind. Wait until you see the car when I get done with it. Because then they take it to the car show and everybody's like, it looks like I can stick my hand in it. It's got that many layers. Yeah, the people that stop by all the time and said, how long are you going to be sanding on this damn thing? It's the preparation, the body work. It's got to be flawless before I can make this paid job. So thank you, Jody.
God bless. Thank you.
I love you. But yeah, I think it's going to come together. It's going to come together because there's a lot of things that Matt feels is going to change, and as everything changes, we gotta keep adapting.
Pivot.
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 So I love you guys. I love you very much. Have a great. For some of you, you guys have got a 3-day weekend. I'm doing the same shit every day, so it's like, hey, I don't. Me and Terry, from the time that I've been in this industry for 37 years, we don't do stuff when other people do stuff. That's a part about freedom.
Who wants to go to the lake on Labor Day? Not me. My girlfriend asked me again. I'm like, it's probably gonna be a shit show.
Are you
so.
kidding me?
Although it's kind of fun to see people lose their shit for sure.
All right.
I'm a voyeur, so.
Wow.
Hey, Rachel.
What a great Imaginators. And thank you, everybody, for being a part of today's group. Wow. Yeah, Jody, feeling the power. Right. Put your hand right up there. Feel the power coming off your monitor. We just had the last hour and 45 minutes feeling that power and how it's going to change us, how it's going to affect us. Why? Because we are the Imaginators.
Guys.
All right. So let's see. We got to give a lot of shout outs to people. But before I do, remember that we post things in the chat, both YouTube and Zoom. Lots of great stuff, including the stuff that you can download and use that we put on our Google Drive playlist that you can use on your own. No problem. And you can take those onto your computer and use those and put them up there. The link is in the chat. So are many other links to help you move on to the next level. Please go ahead and to download those chats, look on the screen where you see my face. Or I'm sorry, Never mind. Not that one. Not that one. Never mind. Look to the right of where you see my face on your computer if you're watching us on Zoom, and click on the 3 dots in the meeting chat next to Imaginators. Then click on Save Chat, and all the information will download to your computer right there. I see Robert looking for it.
No, I was trying to communicate with Deborah.
Aha, there we go. All right. So that's where you can find all of the information we posted in Zoom in the chat. If you're watching us on YouTube, that information, the links and such will be posted in the post description down below if you're watching us on YouTube, so you have it there as well. Shout outs to Bob Johnson and Jody Falcon for participating in today's Imaginators, and definite shout out to Matt Hollis also for sharing, as well as being our executive producer and our foundation behind the scenes. And of course, Robert and Terry Hollis. Bless you all. Thank you so very, very much for being our guides, our GPS to success, and our mentors, and our dear friends. So with that all being said, have a fantabulous weekend. Tomorrow, Labor Day, as Robert shared. Take the day, enjoy, maybe even take a few minutes and watch these videos and learn, so that on September 3rd, you're up and running and out the door like a shot. So until next time, please be good to yourselves, be cash, and bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long on this Imaginators presentation.
Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Mom and
Bye,
Dad.
everybody.
So much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you guys.
Craig.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
Have a great Labor Day weekend.
Thank you, everybody.
Linda, Peter and Linda.
Bye.
And Robert and Terry.
I love you,
Guys.
Deborah.
God
I
bless.
love you,
Have a
Deborah.
happy Monday.
Love you,
I love you, Deborah.
Love you guys.
So adorable.
The closer look there. Okay.
Thank you for the acknowledgement.
Yes, I
I'm
love
gonna
you.
say
I
we're
love
such
you.
a group of cuties here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have
God
Mike,
bless you guys.
Dee,
Thank
Jerome,
you.
Melody, I love you.
Ciao,
Rochelle,
Love
Chris,
you guys.
Arthur,
Love you, Melody.
Gail, Coach Bob, Matt. See, you guys, I wasn't making fun of Deborah. I was communicating with Deborah.
Oh, wait, Robert, mine has lights.
Damn.
We're talking
Well,
seriously.
send me
wanting
your
to
send me
start
your
things.
affiliate link. I want that.
Okay, I will. I'll get you one.
All right.
Bye,
Love you.